As you can see now, I'll probably be subconscious because it's recording every word I say. So, in chapter 1.1, Introductory to Statistics, statistics has a lot of definitions and terminologies that you need to get to know in the class. It almost becomes like a foreign language class in a way, with all the different things that you want to know. Today we have, I think, like 5 or 6 of them here that we just want to talk about. But when we talk about statistics, the first thing that we're going to take a look at is individuals. Okay? As it says up there, they're just simply objects that are described by a set of data. Okay? Our school district collects all sorts of data on you. Right? I can go in Infinite Campus and take a look at, your age, your gender, your GPA, your ACT score, your MCA scores. And we can collect all that data on students. The students are the individuals, okay? Now the individuals don't have to necessarily be people. They could be some sort of objects. I know it says animals or things. Okay? I think in one of the examples, it's going to be about cars, okay? Now, the variable, the second definition, is the characteristic of the individuals. I was mentioning some of them before on you students. We could talk about age or gender or race or, your GPA, how much money you spend on lunch, okay, and such. Now, a variable actually falls into 2 different types. And depending on the type of variable you have different techniques on how you analyze it, okay? The first one is called categorical variables. Lots of times when I think of categorical variables, it's not always the case, but lots of times I'll think of it like yes-no questions, but I'm just going to here write yes, no, but it also puts you into groupings or categories, okay? So are you a male or female, okay, would be a category, okay? Quantitative variables, I want you to think of numbers, okay? Basically any type of data where the data you're collecting is a numerical value. Your age, your GPA, your ACT score, okay? Those are numbers, okay? But categorical, like gender, race, hair color, okay? Your favorite color, okay? Those would be categorical. They're not numerical, okay? Then what we like to do with statistics and data is we start to collect and we take a look at all the data of a group of people. We take a look at the distribution, okay? So when we talk about the distribution, we could talk about the distribution of ACT scores of students at Hopkins High School. It might range from, say, a low of 14 to a high of 36, okay? Or we could take a look at students' GPA, okay? A low of maybe, 1 to 4. Hopefully no one here at Hopkins High School has a GPA of 1.0, but you never know, okay? So, to give you some examples of this, if we take a look at our first one here, okay, we'll run through together. It says, Jake is a car buff who wants to find out more about vehicles that students at his high school drive. He gets permission to go to the student parking lot and record some data. Later, he does research about each model of car on the internet. Finally, Jake makes a spreadsheet that includes each car's model, year, color, number of cylinders, gas mileage, weight, and whether it has a navigation system. So in question A, it says, who are the individuals in Jake's study? Now, you want to be specific and yet be descriptive, okay? So saying cars is not enough, okay? Where are these cars located? What cars fall into this particular group? Okay, so cars in Jake's high school parking lot. because that's telling us where the cars are actually coming from. It's not just cars, but the only way that it could be a part of this data collection is if it was at Jake's high school's parking lot. Okay? So now, question B says, what variables did Jake measure? Okay? He's got a lot of variables here. Then it says to identify each as categorical or quantitative. So what I'm going to actually do here is write categorical and quantitative, and I'm going to list all the ones that are categorical underneath and all the ones that are quantitative under quantitative. So if I start to take a look at this, what was one of them listed up here? Model. Okay, it was the first one, model. Is model categorical or is it quantitative? Is a model a number for all cars or is it usually a name? It's usually a name. Okay, so model. How about the year? Is that a number? Yeah, quantitative. Color? Categorical. Red, white, blue, yellow, pink. Ooh, pink car. Ooh. Number of cylinders. That's kind of a dead giveaway, isn't it? That's quantitative. Gas mileage. Okay, that's definitely quantitative. How about weight? Okay, quantitative again. It's going to be a number. Whether it has a navigation system. Is that quantitative? That's categorical because it's kind of like either it has it or it doesn't. That's why I like to say yes, no sometimes with categorical. Nav system. Alright, just like that, we took care of the first full page of notes.
It's really important. I will send it like you back in your class.
Video.
Listen, what? Are you joking me?
I'm making a
Are you still
video.
talking?
Yes. Alright, good. At least I hit the pause button so I don't have to like download 2 videos. Alright, let's turn to the second page. Why don't you guys try this one in your group, since it's kind of doing the same thing. I'll read it as you do it. It says the counseling department here at Hopkins High School wants to collect some data on its current senior class. They randomly select 50 students from the class and note the following information on each student. Gender, race, age, GPA, ACT score, and city of residence. I'll pause it here and give you... Alright, let's check to see how you guys did here. A says, who are the individuals in the counseling department study? Who are individuals? Specific, not just students, but... So, senior students, where are they located at? At Hopkins High School. Senior students, I should put plural, I always forget S's. Alright, list the variables that were collected on the individuals. Identify each as categorical and quantitative. So I'm just going to go cat and quant for categorical and quantitative. So, who can give me a categorical piece of data? Gender. What's another one? Race. Another. City of residence. Okay. Alright, how about quantitative? ACT. GPA. Is that all of them?
Yeah.
There's only 6?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright. Great job. We'll work on the CFU tomorrow.